I genuinely think that Arsenal win versus Newcastle have had like some people lose their mind, say strange stuff, change their opinions, change what they said about Arsenal, and actually contradict themselves. But listen, all I have to say, we're here. I'm going to show you brilliant videos, actually, just a compilation of videos. We're going to talk about them. We're going to analyze them from Matisse to Turkish to Gary Neville to Troy Deeney to Osam himself, because I got a video for you here with Osam himself actually talking about the Arsenal and they don't deserve the win. Are they shook? I'm going to need your opinion in the comment section, people. Are people actually shook about Arsenal? But before we talk about the game and actually see what Arteta said, of course, after the game, and also if you're a rival, let's just enjoy it together as well. Hit that like button, guys, if you're here. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to Footy Judge Mo. I'm trying to get to 50K, of course, before the end of the season, before December, with your help. The like button, let's get the likes for the number of viewers. The like pushes the video to the next viewer, and it pushes the channel to the next viewer. So hit that like button and also leave a comment, because comments are very important for YouTube. They tell YouTube there are interactions, of course. But I don't want to go through the game. There is an analysis of the game that I did earlier. You guys can go and watch that. I'm going to actually watch the videos with you guys, so we can actually hear and see what people think and what people say about Arsenal, because some people completely lost their mind. Watch Matisse first.
Possession last 5 minutes, 90% Arsenal, and we got Pope launching it back into midfield like a dickhead. Oh! No! Fuck! You stupid fucking idiot! What did I tell you? I told you! Hold on to the ball! Time waste! Why the fuck did you launch it back into midfield, you donkey?
You know, the problem is for Chelsea fans, and let me just comment on Matisse quickly. Number one, the reason why Matisse loses his head, because all the banter that Chelsea fans give Arsenal over the last years about them not winning the Premier League or Chelsea winning the Premier League in 2017 and the Champions League of 2021, it will end if Arsenal win a major trophy. Chelsea fans will not be able to banter Arsenal. So what are they going to talk about? If their team is not good, what are they going to talk about? Of course, they analyze their own teams and they watch alongs and great, but they won't be able to banter Arsenal fans. So that was absolutely hilarious by Matisse. Absolutely. And I want to know, guys, to be honest with you, I want to know what is your best action, like their best video we're going to shoot here. Look at this, Eunice. And I don't know this person, but look at this. Look at the state of this. They lost their mind.
Gabriel, who should have been sent off 9 minutes ago for a handball, but he stayed on the pitch and he scored the winning goal for Arsenal in the 96th minute. I actually don't want to watch this anymore.
So they never talk about the others, and Jamal Lascelles putting his hand. They completely lost their mind, in my opinion. These are two Chelsea fans, of course, with Eunice talks football and I don't know the other person, but listen, they completely lost their head. Before we show you, stay with us and hit that like button, because we're going to show you Osama's video and show you Turkish lighting up a cigarette, of course, in the actual studio. That was glorious for Turkish. Again, it's Matisse, and again, it's Topes.
You'd think he won a trophy.
Honestly.
Well. London seems very red this weekend.
I didn't realise they're giving Premier League titles out for London
It's
being
only a
red.
cigar, brother. It's not gold. It's not a trophy. But you lot wouldn't know anything about that either, would you?
Well, we have the most recent trophy in the city, so...
One minute into the video and he's mentioned the Invincibles. Bloody hell.
I just mentioned gold.
Invincible bingo.
I didn't know gold was such a trigger word now.
I like gold.
You like gold?
Colour. Yeah, we have a gold trophy as well.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, that one. The one with the gold badge there and you're losing to Brighton at home.
It's Turkish, to be honest, bantering Matisse and this. But let's come to the actual best video of the day, in my opinion. To be honest with you, I believe my brother Osam, Don Osam, he believes everything he said. Go and watch the full video. If you want to watch it on his channel, it is on his channel. But I believe he believes what he's saying, but I believe he's saying that because he's a little bit shook. I think he's shook. He didn't expect Arsenal winning. And he told me that he's expecting Arsenal to lose. And he sent me a voice message while he's live on his match reaction, on his watch along, that he's expecting Arsenal to lose. He expected a draw against Crystal Palace, and I don't think he didn't expect the point difference to be 2 points today. I think it might be 3 for him or like 5. He didn't expect Arsenal to win. And watch this, because this is absolutely glorious.
With you guys, man, like genuinely, I'm being completely honest. Newcastle were 100% robbed in this game. This is an undeserved win for Arsenal Football Club. They did not deserve to win. You can say I'm biased. You can say I'm a hater. You can say cry more. It doesn't change the fact that it was a penalty. It hits Gabriel's arm. Gabriel's arm is so high, it's like he's raising his hand in class. It's like when you're back in school and you had to raise your hand up when you wanted to ask the teacher a question. That's how high his arm was. His arm was so high. That was 100% a penalty. If the referee gave that as the penalty, VAR wouldn't have overturned it. But they didn't want to upset Mikel Arteta's Reds, and they didn't want to upset the Premier League, because the Premier League needs a title race, and because the Premier League needs a title race.
But they didn't do that with Salah when I think he touched his hand. But they didn't do that. But I don't think it was a penalty, to be honest. I said that on you can go check my match analysis, match action. I don't think it was a penalty because it touched Gabriel's foot first. So by definition, that's a ricochet. So it's not a penalty. But he said something about Eucharist that is very strange, actually.
Of course, they're going to let Arsenal not get that penalty given against them. Of course. What else am I supposed to think, other than this? So this is where we're at right now, ladies and gentlemen. Newcastle have been robbed of this game. They should have had a
But he never spoken about how Arsenal were better than Newcastle.
penalty. And if they have the penalty at 1-1, they score the penalty, they then defend and win the game.
Okay, that's fair enough. If that's what he thinks. But watch this, though.
Penalty. And then someone come ask me, Hussam, what about Gyökeres? Gyökeres dived. Gyökeres should have received a yellow card for diving. It's not even a penalty. It's the Gyökeres one does not even compare because it's not even a penalty at all. It's a complete dive from Gyökeres. It is 100% a categorical dive from Victor Gyökeres, and he should have had a yellow card for diving.
I think this is one of the craziest takes I've seen in my life. But anyway.
So when you say talk about Gyökeres, talk about what? It's not a penalty.
Actually, Gyökeres didn't dive. The ball touched Nick Pope's foot. But the reality is, based on the law that they set and the how they called it before, Nick Pope's touch doesn't negate the impeding of Victor Gyökeres from getting to the ball. So that, by definition, that's what Howard Webb. I disagree with Howard Webb, but that was supposed to be a penalty. That is actually it's how they actually said that before. But before we go to Mikel Arteta's press conference, to be honest, I want to know what you guys think about these takes, of course. Let me know. Listen to this from Les Ferdinand saying some wild stuff about Arsenal.
Does this look like a run of fixtures in which Arsenal can put a run of results together?
Yeah, you look at it, I said at the start, I don't see a weakness in this team. And I really don't. And what they're bringing off from the bench is going to be a threat to any team. And so when you look at the fixtures to come and what they've played already, and they've had one loss in that, I think this will give them a load of confidence. Coming back in the way they did today will give them a load of confidence in the next games to come. I think they could put a real run of results together.
I completely agree with him, actually. I think this will galvanize Arsenal. I think they can go and win the next 5-6 games. And I genuinely believe that Arsenal can go and win a lot of games and actually be there. Still, Liverpool are up there. They're above them. But we'll wait to see. There are more as well. This is the Mikel Arteta's interview we're going to play. So stick with us. Don't go anywhere. Hit that like button, guys, if you're here. Let me know in the comment section. Watch what Gary Neville said about Arsenal.
The reason you get the winner at the end is because of the intent. I said last week, we've got to stop looking at what Mikel Arteta says or what managers say and look at what they do. So if they say they're going to go for it, they want to win the league, they think they can win the league, they believe they should win every single match, then let your substitutions tell us that. Let your team selection tell us that. And I'm quite animated here tonight because a week ago I was equally animated in a different way because I felt as though he was leaving his team short. A point whereby even the players in the dressing room might have been thinking, you've not played Eze. you've not played Saka, you played Mourinho, you played Trossard, you've not played Martinelli, and his own players need to be let free. He's got a brilliant squad. I think he's got the best squad in the league and maybe one of the best team in the league. I say that quietly because Liverpool are excellent, but it's only 2 teams can win this league, Liverpool or Arsenal, in my opinion. I don't think anybody else can.
He's ruling out City, which is very surprising. If you're a City fan, let me know. Why would you rule out City with Pep Guardiola, who can actually go unbeaten, probably, or win every game until they actually face Liverpool at the Etihad? Though, but he's changing his mind about Arteta because of one game, but the intent was there. And by the way, I completely disagree with some people. The intent in the Man City game was to win the game. It wasn't to draw the game. The intent today against Newcastle was to win the game as well. So I disagree with the people that say that they changed their opinion because of this game, because he played Ed there. He probably made the wrong choice by playing Moreno in the other game. And he made the right choice today. And remember, he scored when Moreno came on the pitch. So come on, believe it or not, he scored when Moreno came on the pitch. And he didn't score before Moreno. I'm not saying that the Moreno choice was correct, but it kind of raises some eyebrows and it raises questions. Watch what Troy Deeney said quickly about Arsenal.
It's the comeback they all wanted, especially the Arsenal fans, who tonight go home with a big victory, Troy. That's a big statement win.
Yeah, it's a huge win. That's let's call it right. When Liverpool were doing that last week and the weeks before, we were saying that's the winning mentality. So you got to give Arsenal credit. I think it was a game that to and fro. There was big moments. We spoke about it before we came on here. The penalty for me on Gyökeres is a penalty. I don't care whether Pope's got a little touch on that. His knee then stops him from getting onto it.
I think he's now using Howard's Webb explanation for this, which is I agree with him.
You probably would have rolled into an empty net. So for me, that was a penalty. I also think Gabriel got away with one as well.
Yeah.
That one with the hand in the air. I know it touched his leg, but that hand's very, very high in the air with the new rules. But again, Arsenal kept going to the end. I think some of the decisions from Newcastle, Mickey Gray spoke about there, but I think the injury to Livramento forces them to go 5 at the back, forces them to camp in. And Arsenal just kept going. So really, really good. And, you know, I've been there as a player. Gabriel, I thought, was poor today, especially for that first goal for Newcastle. But you nick a winner and no one cares. On to the next one. So all these Arsenal fans that are going to be phoning up, I'm ready for you.
037.
100%. The intent is there. He's going back on what I said. Last thing I wanted you guys to hear quickly about Mikel Arteta talking about Newcastle. This interview you probably haven't seen.
This is a fixture that's really troubled your side. Is this a big step forward?
It is, and we talked about going to the next level. And the next level, it's when you learn from experiences from the past, from some scars that we had in this ground, and today was a big one. It's a really, really good team, really difficult place to come, and I'm so proud of the performance, the way we navigated through the game in different stages, against decisions, how good we were in creating some big moments and chances, going behind them and still believing with everything that we had to throw it all. And at the end, we got rewarded with, in my opinion, is a very fair result.
In previous years, it's maybe been the physicality, the intensity where Newcastle have had the edge. Did that suit your side today? Were you the physically dominant side?
I don't know, you have to match or be even more dominant to that. It's extremely difficult. Probably it's the most physical team I have seen in my life. But we handled it really, really well. And again, I must say, so difficult to do what we've done today, because we really looked like the team that we want to be consistently, and we've done it in very different grounds already very, very early in the season, and today was an important day.
When you talk about the scars, you've had some big calls go against you on this ground. Did the big one go in your favour today, that the handball at 1-1?
I think there is another one, which is a clear penalty.
What about the 1-1? The handball?
It's a clear penalty. That's not a handball. We've been explaining the rules that this is never a handball, and we've been explaining very clear in the rules.
The thing about it that he's right here, like they explain the rules that, okay, so hear me out here before I end the video. They explain that the Gyökeres one should be a penalty and the Gabriel one shouldn't be a penalty, and the Bruno Guimaraes one is a 50-50. That's what they said. That's not me. That's what they said. But listen, I want to know which clip you guys liked more. Which take you think is making more sense? Which takes doesn't make sense? Hit that like button, guys, if you're here. And turn on the notification bell. Subscribe to the channel as well. And I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure to leave a comment below about what you think about the game. And actually, what do you think about the calls? Because it's super, very, very controversial, actually, people. So let me know in the comment section.